Hey guys, welcome back to Sweet Creek Thrift, and my name is Candy if you're new here, and today I have a Goodwill haul of items that I picked up to resell. My Goodwill where I go to, the town that I usually go to has 3 Goodwills, and they're not cheap, and they're not the bins. I wish it was the bins so much. I would go the bins all the time if it was the bins, but my bins is like a couple hours away, so I don't usually make it over there. I try to go like twice a year maybe to one of the bins, and then I'll just try and get like a whole bunch of stuff and bring it home, and then I can like slowly sell it. But my local Goodwills, until they make, if you've missed my ring light's kind of falling apart. Okay, but if you missed my one of my recent videos, I made a comment, or I let you guys know that they are building, or they're putting in a new Goodwill. It's about 30 minutes from me, and it's not the bins that I know of. It's probably just a store, but I will take it because that means I can go more often and be a little bit more picky about what items I pick up to resell, since I live out in the country. So I would love to be able to not pick up like more expensive items, as you know, when I go, I have to kind of like decide what's worth picking up. So for instance, in this video, you're going to see that I have picked up items that are higher value or higher price out of pocket. And then my sales price is not going to be as amazing as, you know, some resellers say that wouldn't be worth picking up. But for me, where I live and in the situation I'm in, it works for me, and I'm willing to sit on stuff a little bit longer, you know, and I don't mind if it takes till like next winter to sell these sweaters. So anyways, I scored a bunch of Talbots, which isn't the best brand, but it was Talbot's Petite. And so again, it's not the best sizing, but it is a specialty size. So I'm really hoping that helps pull some of them through. But somebody had donated like a bunch of Talbot's Petite sweaters, and they are mostly some kind of wool blend. So I'm going to share with you all the sweaters that I picked up, plus some other items that I did find. But like I was saying, this particular Goodwill, the price for like sweaters is $7.99. It's so expensive, and it's like, yeah. Anyways, so I did pick up stuff that probably I wouldn't want to spend that much on, but I had to make a decision on my time and what I could pick up. And yeah, so that's where we're at today. So in general, or in like total, I spent around $200. I would have to pull the receipt out to get the exact, but it was less than 2. I think it was in the 190 range. And so I spent about 190. And I expect, based on everything, that I should be able to sell it for around $550, give or take, depending on if I go lower than what I think the low will be, or if it goes higher than what I think it will be. So I guess we'll see how much I get for all these items and how quickly they sell. But I am going to share with you each of the items, and if you're interested, it's not all petites, but yes, I'm going to put this hanger over here. And I'm going to go ahead and share with you, and I will try to stay close to that, because I noticed when I walk away,
we had a huge storm roll over us while I was in the middle of shopping. You can see the clouds off in the distance, and now it's just beautiful blue skies. I do have those little like microphones that I got off TikTok, and I've said this before, but I keep forgetting to charge them, number 1, and number 2, I feel like when I used it, it was a little bit muffled, but you were able to hear me when I walked away, so I might have to just start using them anyways. They are, you know, at least you can hear me if I walk away from the camera. So, okay, so we're going to go right into it. I have them all lined up in the order I wrote them in my book, so we're going to go through each one individually. So this first one is this really pretty, like, purples and blue and cream ivory, kind of like off-white print pattern. And it is very soft, and it's a thick, nice quality, thick and stretchy material. And like I said, it is Talbot's Petite. So there you go. And of course, $7.99. So yeah, but this one is just a really nice quality sweater, and I love this pattern so much. So this is let me see. It's a wool blend, and I will use like Fair Isle and Nordic zigzag mock turtleneck as like things that I put in. This one has 10% wool, and then it also has cotton, nylon, and spandex. So, but it is 10% wool. The next one was a really nice, pretty hot pink.
And I know pink's not going to be like, light pink is like pastel light pink, baby pinks are going to be a little bit more in the season. This one might take a while because it's more of that Barbie era and people are kind of over that. So this one might take a little bit longer, but if you can see, it has that like that curved kind of design element right here at the shoulders. And then it is again another Talbot's Petite. So I'm not going to zoom in on the logos.
Okay, so this first item is a Saludos, and it's the Ibiza, and I think it's called Look I See You shoe. And I did a recent comp just now, and I saw a pair that sold for $51. I did leave those behind though. At the time, I only saw comp for about 20 to 30, and I think they had them for sale for like 10 or 11, $12. The next pair of shoes I left behind was these Nike Air Force Ones. I think they were youth size, and my recent comps that I just looked up, they only sold for about $10 to $15, so I was kind of afraid to pick them up based on the size. And then the last item was this La Fixin', and I almost picked it up. It's a linen top, very art. I think I want to say more of like an artsy style maybe, but it did have this little tear at the V in the neck, so I decided just to leave that because I didn't want to deal with that. But if I had picked it up, I probably could have sold it for about 25 to 35, and that's if it was in good condition. And then here I'm just sharing with you what I got for Christmas. I was really, really happy. I got a new printer that takes not the cartridges, but the actual ink for more of my regular printing. And then my husband also got me a label printer, so I'm super happy because it's been years and years coming.
But you're going to see that I have a couple special pieces that may go for more than I'm expecting. So we'll see how that all plays out. But yeah, this one is just a really fun, this is like an ivory cream, and then you have these fun this colorway. If you're a petite and you're interested in these will be posted as soon as possible, because we are in February and winter is getting close to being over. This one's going to be more of a basic gray, but as you can see that it does have some fun, kind of like the design element. It has like a line, I don't know if you can see that, but it kind of has one fabric going this direction, this one's going this direction, and then this middle part goes straight down. I think that's a better idea. So it does give it a little bit of like texture and distinction. So it's, I don't know, I just think it's a nice design. I try not to pick up plain grays very much anymore. In fact, I did find a soft surroundings pullover, kind of like a quarter zip pullover. It was really nice. It was very, very good condition. But I know soft surroundings isn't very popular as much anymore. And I've seen a lot of comments about, it's not performing unless it's like a very special piece. And I was thinking, oh, this one's really good. But honestly, just couldn't justify it for the price, and I decided to leave that one behind. But it was a quarter zip. It kind of had that like the heathered gray and I guess white, but it was like a heathered look, and I just couldn't justify picking one up. It wasn't, the colorway and everything just wasn't special enough. So this one, the gray one, let's see, 5% wool and then blended. It's a blend of other materials. The next one is another fun, like a snowflake pattern, and it's got that bright blue and white colorway going on. It is another petite. I wish any of these weren't, but obviously some person that had a bunch of Talbot petites donated like their entire stash of sweaters, which I think is interesting. So this one, so I'll probably use like Fair Isle, Nordic, Snowflake, and it is 5% merino wool, so it's a wool blend. The next one is another Talbot, and it is a petite. This is pure merino wool, and it is a lot thinner. Here's the pattern, but this one is just a really thin, like if you can see that material, it's like a really thin sweater material. So I'm going to call this one base layer, because the people that do go out and like ski and stuff, they do like to put these like thinner, I don't know if they'll use this one because if they're sweaty, I don't know about that, but it is pure merino wool. It will keep them warm. And some people, maybe if they're just hiking or something, they do like this kind of like thin, because they can put it under a coat and it's still thin. So, and I do notice that these tend to sell, in my opinion, they do tend to sell better. So that one, I'm hoping, again, for another $20 to $28. The next item is another, I think, a popular kind of style going on right now. I think it fits into that whole, like, tennis prep or resort wear. What was another one that I was thinking of? Kind of like the, yeah, I guess I'd just call it that. I was going to say, like, maybe that, I can't think of what I was thinking. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So it's a really pretty blue. I don't know what this color would be. I don't think it's periwinkle. I think periwinkle is going to be more like this one, but it is a really pretty blue basic pullover sweater. And this one is another T by Talbot, so it would be their sportier line, I believe. It is also the Cool Max material. And again, another $7.99. So I'm just putting them all as estimated 20 to 25. And I will sit on it, hoping to get the 20 at least. So I'm just going to take my chances and let it sit. So I'm sure some of them are going to be sitting here till next year. And I was debating like lumping them all as one, but I just don't think somebody's going to want to give me enough. I think it's just going to be more profitable to sell them individually than it will be as a whole bundle. So if somebody wants to bundle their items, then maybe I'll go ahead and offer a discount, of course. This one's a maroon, like a purple, red, maroon color, which as you can see there, it's got the tags on it. And it is very soft. I do like the elements that, I don't know if you can tell, it has like, again, the texture, the way that the sweater was made. It is got some like definitions going on to it. So I think that's fun. And then the sleeves have these like chunky rollovers. So I think it gives it a nice look to the sweater, and I think it will help it sell. So this one is 5% merino wool. The next one is another thin, kind of like that base layer. It's like another one of those thin sweaters. And it has a fun design, a fun pattern going on. Very colorful, paisley, floral. It's not super paisley, but it does have more of like the vibrant colors, and I think that will help it sell. I did find a few other people that had these for sale. This one, again, and this one's pure cashmere, actually. So that was another. I did look for any like little holes and stuff like that. I didn't find any, so I'm really happy about that. Again, I think that one might go for 25 to 30, but we'll see. Probably in that range. The next item is the brand called Joy, which when I first started reselling, I paid for, I know a lot of you guys are saying don't pay for this kind of stuff, but I thought she was cute and I didn't mind supporting her, this gal that I followed on, I think Instagram, if I'm correct. And she had a bolo list that she puts together, but she has like 200, I think, on the list, and she keeps it updated. So once you buy it, then when she updates it, she'll send you a new link and you can re-download it for life, essentially. So you just pay once. I think I paid her like $30, and I was totally fine with it. And it's on the main screen. I have it just attached to the main screen of my phone. So if I'm bored somewhere, I can just kind of browse through her list. That's how I found this brand, Joy. And she did sell their silk shirts, or silk pieces do pretty well. I did recently sell a pair of shoes. They didn't do as well, but if you go back, I think on my last video, I had a pair of shoes from this brand that I had zoomed. It was my last video. So if you go back and watch my What Sold, the very last video before this one, you'll see that. The shoes didn't do great, but they also had a little spot on the side. But there was a lot of that style of shoe that was for sale in that size. So I was competing with other people, so I lowered the price because I found them at the bins. And I think they got like some spots on it from the bins because they were like a really light, like tan color. But yeah, and they still sold, so. So anyways, this is a silk navy blue. It has this nice little accent here, and it's a size small. And then this item I paid $6.99. I thought I was going to get more for it because it is a 100% silk shirt. And I do know that, you know, what I saw was that silk does really well. But I did notice there was some snags when I got home. And when I looked up comps, I didn't Which is funny because I'm pretty sure I really looked it over in the store and I didn't see snags. So I kind of wonder if somehow it got snagged when I was, but it went into a bag. So it must have been like the cart at the store. And I really tried to keep it like separated from the other clothing. I was trying to prevent anything happening to it. But after I got home and I put it on a hanger, I was really looking at it when I was hanging it up and I was like, oh dear. So there's a couple small minor snags. I think it'll still sell, but it's just not going to sell for as much as I was hoping for. And I'm guessing it'll go for 15 to 20. The next item is an interesting one, and I debated getting it because they are kind of a skinnier jean, and they've got the distressing. However, it's a very unique style, so I picked it up. It's American Eagle, super stretch, but it's the open road embroidered distressed, like jegging, I don't know what you want to call it, jeggings, jeans. They have patches, and then I'll show you these things. So like it has open road right here in the eagle, and it's not like drawn on, but it looks like it is. There's some patches here, and then over here it says feeling fine. Also kind of, it looks like somebody wrote on it with a pen. And then down here at the knee, it has like another drawing. It looks like somebody just like went around and drew all over the pants, but you can tell this was the actual design. So here's another patch on this side. And then over here is another patch. And this one says same. I can't even read it. It's on the side. Same. I'm not sure. Same something of whatever. Different day. Same, I don't know what it says. Whatever. So it says never sleep. Oh, and then back down here, again, there's a cat on this leg and dice on this leg. So I just thought it was super unique. So I went ahead and looked it up at the store. It does have the frayed M. So it's got all the distressing, and it's skinny, and it's definitely more like a junior size because it's pretty small. Size 2. And it was half off, which is another reason I looked it over pretty good. So I only paid $4.50, and the comps are showing me 25 to 30. So I think I'll be able to flip that one pretty good. The next item is this fun patchwork dress that I thought was super cute. So I went ahead and looked it up, and I immediately found some comps. So I was really happy about that. I did pay up. I had to pay $9.99 because that's how much the dresses are. The back, I thought, was the front originally. It has these really cute little delicate buttons. However, the label, of course, is on the back. So, and it's by this brand called Fair Hope, size medium. So I paid $9.99, and I believe I can get 30 to 45 for this one. So if I get 45, that increases my overall total, because I only marked 30 as my, as part of the 550. Okay, so these two are exactly the same in different colors, but it's just that Exertion brand, and I think they're like brand new because they don't look worn at all. It's also a 3X, which is a really good size. If they never sold, I would be able to wear these myself. And so I went ahead and grabbed them both, and they were both half price, which is another reason I went ahead and picked this one up. Exertion, I believe, is like a sports brand that they sell at either, I want to say JCPenney's, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure it was JCPenney's. But they're a performance material. So it's a nice, thin, lightweight performance material going into summer. I think the colorful, Easter, springtime going into summer we'll probably pull these together. I'm going to lot them as a bundle because they're both 3X. So I paid a total of $6.99 since it was half price. So I paid a total of $6.99 for both of these. So about $3.50 each. And I hope to get about 20 for this set. So $6.99 to 20 minus fees. So yeah, here comes my fun one, you guys. This is the first item I found when I walked into this Goodwill. If you can guess what it is, you guessed right. It is Johnny Was. And this is not my first Johnny Was piece. I have found a Johnny Was before, but I was at a resale shop up in Dallas. It was like a little hole in the wall one, and it was close to the mall, and my daughter was at the mall with a boy. So we don't live in Dallas. So she asked to meet this boy there. And I was like, okay, but I'm going to be like, they're going to walk around the mall and I'm going to like go thrifting for a few hours and then come back when she's ready to leave. So that's essentially what happened. And yeah, I found a Johnny Was there, but that little thrift shop it was like, it had a bunch of like fraying going on. It was not in good condition at all. And they wanted like, I think it was like a cotton material, and they wanted, I think like $30 for it. And I was like, it didn't justify it. I was like, I just couldn't with all the fraying M's and everything. I was like, it's just not worth it. So this one, when I walked into Goodwill, you guys, literally I was going to make a beeline to the bathroom, a beeline. And as I'm beelining, cause it's like from the door to the bathroom, it's straight, cause I had to pee, cause it's like a long drive. And I drank a bunch of coffee, so I was ready to pee. So I was like, I'm gonna go straight to the bathroom and then I'll start looking. They had this hanging up like this at the end of an aisle facing the front door. And I didn't see it being Johnny Was, so I went straight to the bathroom, but I did see the embroidery and I was thinking, oh, that might be a nice shirt to look at. So I went into the bathroom and then I come back to go get a cart. But on my way back by the aisle, I stopped to check and I was like, are you freaking kidding me? And there was Johnny Was. And it's actually in really good condition. I didn't see any flaws with it yet. I've been looking, but I still can't find anything wrong with it. It is rayon. It kind of feels like, I almost thought it was going to be silk, but it is like a really flowy, lightweight, semi-sheer material, because like you can see my hand through there. So it's like a semi-sheer, and it does have some very pretty embroidery on it. So I don't know what this is going to go for, you guys, because in my opinion, this is a green, kind of like a dark green, maybe olive green. It's not really olive. Forest, it's not really forest. I don't know what green that is. I'm trying to think of what I would call that one. I'll have to look up some grains to get a good idea what to call it, but it's a dark green. It has some embroidery on the edges of the sleeves. And I think it could possibly be a mini dress. Like, it would go to my knees if I were to wear this, but it wouldn't fit me. So, I think it might be one of their mini dresses and not a longer tunic. However, I did see somebody post one and she was wearing jeans with this over it. So I think I'm just going to label it as a tunic. But I might put mini dress in like the notes and say it would probably work as a dress as well. I'm just not sure because the colorway is more like Christmassy. It's got reds with the green, so I don't know. But I think it'll still sell. I just don't know like what the price will be because I don't know if I should label as a mini dress or as a tunic. So I put 50 to 100 on my like estimated whatever. So I think at the minimum I'll get 50, but it could go for like 90. I don't know. What do you guys think? Can you tell me in the comments what you would expect to get for this? And the big question is, how much did I pay? It was $7.99. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so next item, oops, is this, where did it go? I put it in the wrong spot. Okay, this goes here. All right, so the next item is this fun Snoopy Peanuts pullover sweater. And, you know, I thought I'm going to look it up because it is AE and Peanuts collab. And it is an extra small, though. So it is a smaller one. It's kind of like a crop sweater, slightly shorter sweater. But it has a fun colorway. Definitely would have been great more for Christmas in the winter time. And since we're going out of winter, I'm not really sure. But I only paid $3.99. It was half price. When I looked it up, they were all selling at like $25 to $30. So I decided it was worth picking it up. The next one I decided to pick up just because I really thought it was a fun style. It was really cute. It might take a little while to sell, but I also thought it was more of like an artsy one because it has the big buttons right here on both sides. So there's another one over here. And it's just like a really fun pullover, oversized casual sweater. And chunky knit in a cream color. It's definitely more cream than ivory. It's this brand called Magnolia Lane. And it is an extra large, so it's a good size. I paid $7.99. Like I told you, this Goodwill is like $7.99, $7.99, $7.99 everywhere I go. It was $7.99. It's just like, why is everything $7.99? So anyways, I looked up this brand and I found that the only ones that are selling from this brand are from the Masters, the golfing program, the Masters. So they all have that little like Masters logo embroidered right here. And they do sell stuff with this brand, so I'm not really sure where this fits, but it was the same label, the same tag, with the same writing and everything, so I know it's the same company. I'm thinking this might have been sold at like a resort or something, maybe, in their little gift shop. So I'm not sure, but I went ahead and picked it up, hoping that maybe somebody likes that brand, and then they'll find it. So it is a quality brand at least, so that's why I picked it up. And I hope to get like, what did I write down? Like 20 to 30 range. I'm hoping to get 20, maybe $20 to $30. The next one is this jean jacket. It's kind of like, it is like a denim material. It has got the embroidery going on it. And it's like a gray black color. It's got embroidery on the sleeve. And this sleeve as well. So I think that will help it sell. It's by the brand called Hannah. Oops, Hannah. And it's a size small, so it's a little bit on the small side, but I just thought it was a fun one. I did find a comp that had, it was like the same jacket, but it wasn't the black color denim. It was like a blue denim, I think, and it sold for about 20 to 30. So I'm just going to go with 20 to 30 range. Again, $7.99 is what I paid for it. And I did look up, they put Western Y2K boho trucker coat. So that's what I'm going to kind of call this, along with denim and embroidery, floral, all of those keywords. The next one is another one that I could possibly wear if I don't sell it, but it was just this really fun. And this color of pink is supposed to be popular this year, which is why I kind of went ahead and picked it up, because the brand is not really anything to talk about. But this one's called Nurture by Westbound Woman, and it was a size 3X. And I'll show you the logo just in case you want to see it. So yeah, it has these cutouts on the back, like a nice like little cutout right here. It's got almost like a waffle knit on the sleeves, with the floral embroidery going on along the upper shoulder area, and then both sleeves, and they're kind of like that peasant-y. It's got that peasant vibe going. So, and then of course the hem has the embroidery too. So it's a nice tunic. I think it will do well. I didn't really see any stains or anything on it, and it's a fun, pretty color for spring. So I think it might sell for spring. It did again pay $7.99. I'm probably only going to be able to sell it for 15 to 20. So I might wear it to church and then sell it, just so I have like a little variety in my closet. The next one is a men's item that I picked up. It was on the new rack, so I went ahead and like looked it up. It was $5.99, and it's Under Armour. Let me pull that out. Cool Gear by Under Armour. And it's this like sleeveless pullover hoodie. So like a sweatshirt, and then it does have these zippers that go into like a hoodie style pocket, but it doesn't have it like completely like sewn across here, but it does have two zippers, one on each side, so your hands can kind of go in and meet in the middle. And then it has the hood with the logo on the hood, and it's just a plain basic gray, but it's also in like excellent condition. And I know Under Armour can do pretty good depending on the style and the cut and everything. So I went ahead and grabbed that. So obviously I paid $5.99. My comps show me somewhere between 18 and 28. So I'm hoping to get like a 28, but it may be 18. The next item is a Kokomo. Show you the logo there. Extra large women's blouse. And it does have one of these little faux knots right here. But it is like a semi-sheer, which is supposed to be popular right now. The sleeves are like, they kind of have this like asymmetrical sleeve, which I think is kind of cute. Very flowy material. I think this is going to be really pretty for somebody that wants it for like their office, like working. It also has this like bladder cutout, like stitching right here, like trimming, I guess you'd call it. So that's kind of a fun one. Anyways, again, it was $7.99. So I would love to pick this up at the bins, but it is what it is. I think I can get about 25 for it. You know, so my profit's going to be more like, if I can get 25, my profit would be what, like 15 or so? Maybe less, probably like 12. So that's why I try not to like spend so much at the store. The next item is Land's End. It's a faux wrap style pullover long sleeve. Really nice material. It is an extra small, but I did just sell an altered state, kind of like this faux wrap. It was like a stretchy, this is stretchy material though, but it was like more of like a shorter like cap sleeve top, but it had the faux wrap crossover. I think these are nice because if you want to like wear a sleeveless or like a spaghetti strap dress that, or even just a cami, but like if you're going to wear like an Easter dress, but it's like strappy, then you might want to put this over it to go to church, and then you can pull it off when it warms up later in the day. So I think people like these for that reason. And it was half price, so I went ahead and picked this one up. So this item was originally $7.99, you guessed it. And so I paid $3.99. I'm hoping to get 20 to 25 for it. It is like a, I don't know what you call this, Merple. It's like a mauve color, I think is what it's called. Kind of like a dust, like a plum, but like a really, really light. And then I accidentally forgot to put this Talbot's one with the other Talbots. So here's another Talbot's Petite. This one is one of those burgundy, super popular color last year and supposedly this year as well. So hopefully that will pull it through, at least by the winter coming up next, like this fall at least. But it is a really excellent condition. Pullover V-neck with a collar, just makes it look a little more put together, mature, basic, casual, classic, one of those essential staple pieces for your closet. And this one is 52% wool, you guys. So I think it might help it sell even better because it is much nicer quality material. And it's a tight knit. It is a little bit thin. So it just makes it like a really nice, and it's like excellent condition, you guys. This is excellent. Okay, so the next item. I do like to pull off fun ones, you guys. This is one of those fun, if you just need to sit and feel something while you're wearing it, this is perfect. Yeah, if you're like a fidgeter. Anyways, I'm going with mermaid core on this. It's a mini skirt. As you can see, it's got that iridescent blue purple color going on, and it is all sequin. It's the small sequins, not the big ones. I'm going to use like mermaid core. It has a zipper on the back, and it's by Wild Fable, which I think is Target. Size medium. So I'm hoping that it'll sell in maybe for Halloween. I don't know if it'll sell before then, but it'd be great for like somebody going out, you know, like a girls' night out, dancing party. But if somebody is doing like a mermaid themed party, this would be a fun one. So I paid $6.99 for that. It wasn't $7.99 for once. Let me change my page. So I paid $6.99. I only think I can get 15 to 20 for it, but we'll see. Okay, we're almost there, you guys. I picked up this blanket. It is a baby blanket that has a rainbow, which I think helps it sell. It's got a cute little frog. Oh my gosh, you guys. It is a cross stitch. It has some cute little babies. It has ducks, birds, flowers. It's trimmed. It's unisex. It's got a really pretty pastel theme going. So this was on the new rack. I saw the rainbow and I grabbed it because I recently sold a baby blanket that was rainbow zebra. I know that the rainbow theme just helps it sell, but it's so cute. The other reason I picked it up, I'll see if I can just kind of zoom in on some. Let's see. We'll go with the rainbow. This was a homemade cross stitch. Homemade. it maybe needs a little bit of a wash. So I'm going to try to wash it before I post it. I think it's so cute, you guys. And I just started cross stitching. I'll show you my very first cross stitch I just finished. So yeah, I'm going to get a sewing machine eventually. I used to have one. I did sewing when I was a child. I learned how to sew. And I'm not the best seamstress because I haven't sewed hardly ever since then. Like, I learned how to make scrunchies, and I did sew a couple dresses when I was in elementary school. But my mom had me learn because my 3rd and 4th grade teacher was the same teacher, and she was an excellent seamstress. She did sew my bridesmaids' dresses for my wedding as well. But I was able to get a vintage sewing machine from her, which I had for so many years. And then, unfortunately, it got damaged when we moved one time. And so I wasn't able to use it anymore. And at the time, I wasn't sewing because it was when I was early, like, I don't know, 15 years ago or something. And I wasn't sewing anything at that point. So I went ahead and just, I think I donated it, but for somebody that wanted to, like, try fixing it. But yeah, I have not ever gotten a sewing machine, but I'm hoping to get a sewing machine. So I want to take my cross stitching that I'm doing now, and I want to sew little, like, because if you know me, if you watch like some of my earlier videos, you'll see that I'm in my living room and I have my Christmas tree decorated for each season I decorate it. I'm not decorating it right now because that's partly why I'm not doing this in the living room, because we are going to try to like mud and get drywall on the ceiling and finish painting, like mudding and painting and stuff in the living room. So I have opted to not decorate for all the extra seasons this year, other than like maybe putting pillows on the couch just to kind of give it a little bit of a vibe. Maybe I'll put like one little knickknack up when we're not working. But I'm trying to like not be like have my decor all over, because then if we do get to the point where we're ready to work on it and my stuff's up, I'm gonna have to take it all back down again, which is a pain. But anyways, I like to decorate for like each season, like Valentine's, Easter would be coming up, maybe St. Patrick's. I didn't really do St. Patrick's last year, but I was thinking about doing it this year, but I'm just not going to do it this year. So I am going to do decorating maybe next year. Of course, Christmas definitely has to happen. So I'm hoping I told my husband, I'm like, I really want to get everything done by Christmas so that I can redecorate for Christmas next year. Definitely either way, it's getting done for Christmas. So yeah, anyways, I don't know where I was at with that, but oh yeah, the cross stitches. So anyways, the cross stitching, I am going to make little like pillowcases and then maybe make like little cute pillows that I can decorate for each season. But I was thinking pillowcases because then I can pull it off, just have like a basic pillow where I replace the cross stitch that's on my couch each season. So yeah. So I think it's kind of cute. I have one, I finished this one that I just showed you, and I have another one that I just started, which kind of goes with last Christmas season because it's got some red cardinals and it has a gray and kind of like a tabby gray cat that's curled up sleeping in a birdhouse. And I just started it, so when I'm done, I'll share it with you guys. But when I get that sewing machine, I'm going to make like little pillowcases out of them instead of framing them or anything like that. So I think that's why when I picked up this blanket, I was like, it's somebody's hard work. This takes, you know how long it took me? It took me months and months to finish that cross stitch. So, you know, this takes a while, unless you're like, that's all you ever do. It takes a while. And this was somebody's hard work. And I just couldn't see that like going to the bins to a landfill. And somebody out there is going to love this. It's so cute. If it never sells, I will love it when I have a grandbaby, because then I will pull it out and use it myself. But at the same time, anyways, I only paid $2.99, and I think I can get 20 to 25. If you look up baby blankets, cross stitch, that's kind of what I put up. Baby blankets, cross stitch, and all the ones that sold are about 20 to 25, 22, kind of in that range. And the ones that are for sale are going for around 35. So I think that when they take an offer, it's going to be about 20. So super cute. I think I'll be able to sell that. So I'm done with there was one other thing I picked up, which is a funny story too. Let me find it. I was in the store and I had this thought. I was like, I wonder, because I'd like to go through the DVDs because I'm looking for some that I know are worth money. But I went onto eBay and I went to Terapeak and I put in, no, I didn't go to Terapeak. I went into like recent DVD sales. And then I filtered it to the solds that were the highest price solds. And this one was the highest price sold for like $200. And I was like, what? So I was just like, that's crazy. And then like The Simpsons and whatever. And then I saw people that had it posted for $200. And I was like, that's so weird. But there was a bunch for sale for like $1.99, $4.99, you know, whatever. They had this on the shelf, so I went ahead and just grabbed it because we don't actually own it. And we do keep DVDs because, you know, if the world ends and all we have is a DVD player and a TV, at least we can still watch shows, as long as we still have electricity, of course. So it was a blue half price item. I only paid $1 for it, like 99 cents. But I'm going to end up just keeping it because after I left the store and I started doing more research, I realized I just don't understand. Who out there bought this exact one? It's the 2-disc special edition. Who bought this for $200? It's a sale. Like, if you go look up solds, I'm like, what the heck? It's got both discs. It's got the digital copy form. Like, everything's here. So it's just crazy to me. But this is not worth $200. I don't understand who did buy one for $200. So yeah, I'm going to just keep it. I'm going to write it off the receipt and like keep it for us because my girls and I really like that movie. But you guys, I'm like sweating to death. I'm going to pull my hair up. The girls and I really like that movie. And since we don't own it, I went ahead and just was like, I was like, where's my hairband? I'm just going to go ahead and keep it. So it's not really a loss in my mind. It was $1 for a 2-disc special edition. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to take a drink. I'm going to tell you one more thing. My coffee. These are old 7-Eleven cups that we've had for like 50 freaking years, it feels like. But they're all like faded off and stuff, but I can microwave in them, so that's why I like to use them. All right. Oh, there was one more. There's one more right here. You guys, I don't think I looked this one up. Did I just pass it? What did I do with that one? I must have somehow gone right past it because it wasn't hanging up. Oh, here it is. I do have another one. And then I have another story to tell you really quick. This one, do you see how beautiful it is? It is this. New with tags. I'll see if I can pull it out. Hold on. It's so long, I'm trying not to drape it all over the ground. New with tags. It's Pretty Little Things. Brand new. And it is this like black lace with this like satin black. And it's skinny and long and beautiful. Almost like a mermaid style. I'm going to hang it back up because it's so long. I don't want it to drag on the floor, so I have it hanging way, way up high. Because if I put it on this rack, it would be on the ground. So I'm definitely trying to protect it from that happening. But it is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, and I paid $9.99 for it. I did research, and I think I can get 30 to 35 if I'm lucky. But I think it might be fun, and somebody might want it for prom even. So I'm going to get that posted right away because people are buying prom dresses, and there are some of those goth girls, you know, and need I say witchy, but I'm not going to use that keyword because I don't like it. But I'm going to use like gothic and little black dress, LBH, or LBD. I was like, I'm saying the wrong thing. But yeah, I'm going to use like all of those. I'll try to use like the mermaid, bodycon, you know, all of the keywords that I can think of anyways. It's definitely a very beautiful dress, which I was flabbergasted that I had found it. I was just like, this is gorgeous in the store. I was so excited when I found it. Okay, so that was the last item because I forgot about that one. What I was going to tell you is I went to the dry cleaners in town for the first time. They actually, because we live in a very, very small town, they actually don't actually dry clean the clothes there. They, like, you can drop them off there, and I think they take them to a dry cleaners and then they pay them probably, and then we pay them. Anyways, it's like a whole like thing. So I sent in a couple items to be dry cleaned that I have been piling up for freaking ever. So the first item is this beautiful gown that I really wanted to get it ready for like before Christmas, but it is really long, and I'm going to be taking pictures, so I'm going to pull this off. Hoping, it's funny because they put this bust thing on it. It's just so funny. It is gorgeous and long maxi. Okay, so this one I don't have comps for you anymore, but it's Kennedy Blue, and I did show this in a Goodwill haul, I think sometime like last summer maybe, and I never took it. I started to steam it. Let me put this up. So I started to steam it, and I realized I shouldn't be doing that because it said dry clean, and it looked like I had like caused a big old spot on the outer layer, the chiffon material. And yes, this one actually shouldn't be on this rack either. It's just barely. I'm gonna hang it over here. But yeah, on this material, it's like a sheer, like a lightweight sheer material, and I had started to steam out the wrinkles, and I realized that it looked like I stained it or burned it or something, and I freaked out. So I stopped doing what I was doing, and I put it in a box to go to dry cleaning, and I literally haven't been in 6, 7, 8 months. I've never really used dry cleaning yet. So I finally took it in one day last week, and I was like, I'm going to go ahead and take it in and see if they can fix it. If not, maybe somebody can alter that section and make it like a short dress. But it doesn't look like the stains there, like that little spot that I did. So I'm pretty sure they got it out. I don't know how because I thought I ruined the dress, but I'm so happy. So I'm going to get that one finally posted. I only paid like $3 for it, $3.50. It was half price, and it was at a Goodwill about an hour from where I live. Not the ones I usually go to, the other direction. And I'm really happy, but it might not sell until like Christmas season again, because it is that Christmassy green. But it would be a good like bridesmaid dress, mother of the bride, something like that. Like it would be a good one of those. The next two, pull this off. So the next two that I dry cleaned, they like have these like attached. That's a cute little That's a cute little one. It's got like stripes going on. Huh. Okay, so this one I actually have posted for sale, but it's super wrinkled, and I didn't want to like steam it to get the wrinkles out. So I went ahead and took it to the dry cleaner so that I could get the wrinkles gone, and I can, because it's silk, it's 100% silk. I was freaking out about it. I didn't, especially after I tried to do that one, I was like, I am definitely not going to touch this at all with a steamer. So I took it to the dry cleaners, and then I'm going to get new pictures of it. This one, I think this is the Linda Allen, Ellen Tracy collab, and it's like a dark green. You can see that really thin, pretty shirt, but it needed, I got this I think in a donation. I don't think I've got this one posted yet, so I'm gonna get that one posted. And then the last two came from another donation that I got, but they were, it was an elderly lady that passed away, and my daughter was given several of her items, but she was like a chain smoker or something, because all of the clothes stank so bad. So almost all of it got thrown away or donated to somebody who wanted them. And I picked out a couple of items that I wasn't really sure if I was going to be able to get the smoke out of it. But do you see how, like, it's kind of cool. It's not really in style per se, but it was such a cool, unique item that I didn't want to like give it up. So what I did was I took it to the dry cleaners hoping that they could figure it out. And it has like these like bobble buttons. I don't know. It's so unique. I'm gonna have to pull this off. I don't know what brand it is. Let me see. But, let's see. It looks like I'm gonna need to stitch that on. It just says SMH Boutique. SMH Boutique. Never heard of it. So anyways, it was a fun one, but it is, when, let's see, it's 80% leather, 20% rayon trim. So it's leather. These patches are all leather patches. I thought that was so cool, and I didn't want to get rid of it. And then the other one, same lady, same situation. It's a baby pastel. I would say baby pink, but it's definitely like a pastel pink, like a dusty rose. It's got a fun, almost like a western. You guys, it's almost like a western theme. It's a button-up shirt, but it is leather. It's let me see if I can read it. 100% leather. The lining is 100% polyester. And it's by this brand, Brandon Thomas. Again, I've never heard of that. But it is leather. It is such a cool, unique item that I didn't want to get rid of these. But they stunk. Like smoke and cigarette smoke. And okay, so I took it to the dry cleaners. They did the other items and I went to pick it up. And then she said, I had told them, I said, I don't know if you can get the smoke out. And I gave them like a heads up when I dropped it off. So the gal was like, well, I'll talk to them about it and see if they can fix it. And they came back and they did nothing. They were afraid to touch it. They said, no, I don't think, we can't do that leather cleaning. So they didn't want to like even go attempt it essentially. So I was like, okay, great. And then she's like, and I was telling her the story about how, you know, the smoke and how my daughter was given this stuff. And I was like, I just don't know what to do about it. I was like, I don't really care if they ruin it because it's going to get thrown away if I can't find somebody, you know what I mean? Because who wants it with the stinking like smoke? I can't sell that. So, she was like, well, next door is a restaurant and they use an O2, like an oxygen machine to pull the smell out of the restaurant, like any grease smells and stuff, so that they don't have a stinky restaurant, I guess. So they set it up, I think, at night, and then their O2 machine, like, cycles overnight. And she's like, I can put it in the room, and then she said it would definitely pull the cigarette smoke smell out. And I didn't believe her, but I was like, okay, whatever, it can't hurt. And she said she wouldn't charge me to do that. So I left it with her yesterday, and I came back this morning to pick it up, and it doesn't smell like smoke anymore. So I'm like pretty cool about that. I am going to post it. I will make a note that, like, it doesn't smell like smoke, which is pretty cool. But anyways, I'm going to have to look up comps because I really don't know if there is any for this kind of thing. So I'm going to have to try and find something. And then I'll post them. Anyways, that's kind of an interesting story. But yeah, that's it for this video, you guys. Hopefully I kept you entertained enough. And yeah, we'll see how all of this stuff actually performs when I get it all listed. But I did want to get this video posted as soon as possible. But I want to get these items out because it's February. There are still places getting snow. And I think that some people out there might be able to use these items still this year. So I'm going to try and get all these like wool sweaters posted immediately. And then I'll work on the other items, but anything that would be like a winter theme is going to go first and take priority. And hopefully I can get some of it sold before the end of winter. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you on the next one. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.